We propose NCHO, Unsupervised Learning for Neural 3D Composition of Humans and Objects, a novel framework that enables 3D avatar creations of diverse human identities with a variety of controllable outware and objects. As inputs of our model, two separate latent codes, one for the human part and the other for the object part, are samples from each distribution. Using the sampled latent for the human as input, our generative human model produces a human feature vector. Likewise, using the sampled latent for the object as input, our generative object model produces an object feature vector. With the aggregated feature vector of the human and object, our neural composition model produces the final composition output of humans with objects. Unlike previous work, our compositional model enables a disentangled control over shapes of humans and objects. By sampling a new latent code for the human while having the latent code for the object fixed, only the human part of the output changes, with the object part, being the backpack here, still remaining. Now, by sampling a new latent code for object while having the latent code for human fixed, the object or clothing of the output changes while maintaining the shape of the human part. Using the SMPL pose parameters, our outputs, including the objects, are fully animatable. In order to train our framework, we collect human-object interactions with diverse poses from a single subject, referred to as the source human. To enable the composition of objects from these scans, we also capture the same person without any objects, also with diverse poses. The deviation between these two sets defines the object in our setup. To train our model, we captured 180 scans of the source human without objects and 342 scans of the source human with objects, including 5 different backpacks, 6 outwears, 8 scarves, and 6 hats. To separate objects from the source human in an unsupervised manner, we leverage the expressiveness of the generative human model based on implicit surface representation. First, using the scans of the source human without objects, we train a generative human model that could explain the shape of the source human in the canonical space. We then jointly optimize the latent codes of the human model and a separate generative model for objects to best explain the 3D scans of the source human with objects. While the human model accounts for state differences in poses and clothing, the object-only module learns to synthesize the residual geometry as a separate object layer in an unsupervised manner. During the inference, the human model trained for modeling the shapes of the source human is switched with another human model trained with dataset containing diverse human shapes in order to generate a variety of novel target identities with objects. We demonstrate the expressive power and controllability of our composition model via inferences in various scenarios by controlling latent codes for humans and objects. First, by changing the latent code for human and fixing the latent code for object, we can generate diverse 3D human avatars wearing the same scarf. Here, we demonstrate different 3D human avatars wearing the same jacket. Now, by changing the latent code for object and fixing the latent code for human, we can generate the same human with different backpacks. Here, we demonstrate the same human with different outwear. To further test the disentangled nature of our composition model, we interpolate between two latent codes for human while fixing the latent code for the object. Note that the shape of the human part changes smoothly without affecting the shape of the backpack. Similarly, we interpolate between two latent codes for object while fixing the latent code for the human. The shape of the backpack changes smoothly without deteriorating the shape of the human. By aggregating features of several objects, our model enables the composition of multiple objects to target humans. Note that our dataset has no such sample with multiple objects. Thank you for watching.